Hey guys, welcome to Get Curried. This is Varun Inamdar, and today I'm going to show you my favorite go-to meal nowadays, chicken rice bowl. Let's begin. While you can make this in various ways, you can give this an Indian touch, you can give it Vietnamese, Korean or Oriental touch. What I'm doing today is doing something midway and doing something Indo Chinese. Well, the first thing that's actually required for that is rice. What I have done is pre-cooked it, kept it ready. What you could do is use stale rice. While this goes on the side, and I'm using a fry pan which can be ready to heat. While this is getting heated up, let's marinate pieces of chicken. What I'm using is 3 thighs of a chicken which I have washed nicely and given it a few gashes or cuts. The next thing that goes in is a teaspoon of dark soya. Well, you can also use light soya. Choice is completely yours. To this, I'm adding 1 big tablespoon of Sriracha sauce. If you do not have that, use any chili sauce. 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, some pepper, followed by some vinegar. Now this is 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. Finally, some garlic slices. You could take 2 to 3 cloves, slice them nicely and put that to use. Let's give this a mix. The chicken is marinated and ready. The pan is also heated up. Let's add in some oil. You could use vegetable oil or sesame oil. That choice is again yours. Well, now, if you have some time at hand, you can keep this to marinate for 7 to 8 hours or overnight. But I'm running out of patience and I'm going to sear it right away. Let's place the pieces of chicken gash side down. While cooking the chicken, you may notice dark patches in the pan, but do not worry because that is actually a reaction between soy sauce and sugar in heat. So do not worry, that's something that's going to happen for sure. Give this a few flips, make sure they get nice and brown on both the sides. The chicken is going to take somewhere around 12 minutes to cook, but you need to do it with patience. While the chicken is getting seared, let's do the preparation of the sauce in the same bowl in which we had marinated the chicken. For that, we're going to use a tablespoonful of white vinegar, a tablespoonful of soy sauce, a tablespoon of Sriracha sauce. To this, I'm going to add in juliennes of ginger. This is roughly a thumb size. 7 to 8 cloves of garlic, which I have sliced nice and thin. A tablespoon of cornstarch. This is to thicken the sauce. To this, some sugar, roughly a teaspoon, followed by black pepper. You can keep increasing or decreasing the level of spice. For that, you can also add in some slit green chilies if you wish. Adding in some salt as required. Do remember that the soy sauce, the sriracha, also has salt. Finally, adding in water like a cupful. Let's give this a whisk to break the lumps of cornstarch. Let's add this now to the pieces of chicken which are getting seared. But before that, let's give that one flip. This is to ensure that the caramelized part of the chicken is right on top. Let's add this to the pan. Let's increase the heat and cook this till 1, the sugar is melted, and 2, the cornstarch needs to be well cooked so as the gravy becomes nice and thick. We need to constantly keep mixing the gravy because you do not want that to stick at the bottom. Also, you will notice while stirring that the sauce is actually turned a shade darker, and that is purely because of the caramelization that I was initially referring to. With this, the gravy is now ready and our rice had been pre-cooked. So let's begin with the plating. Let's first begin with transferring the rice into the serving bowl or platter. The next thing is topping this up with a few vegetables. Now you can use vegetables that you can eat nice, straight and raw, or you can pan fry them, saute them, or just blanch them lightly. What I'm doing is using a mix of both. What I'm using is some raw red cabbage, followed by some boiled button mushrooms. Next, some spring greens, some blanched baby carrots. This needs to be followed by the piece of chicken and the sauce. I'm going to top this up with a little more ginger And this is only if you please. And last but not the least, some toasted sesame seeds. By now you would have realized why this chicken rice bowl is my go-to and my most favorite. Well, I'm most definite you're going to enjoy making this. Do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to Get Curried.